as I said a couple of minutes ago, we are going to continue to do this as we progress through the college football season. And we're going to look at the weekly college football playoff projection. So again, this is from Nick Bromberg of Yahoo Sports. This is built using the AP Top 25 as the framework. So if this weekend's AP Top 25 would be the college football playoff, if this past weekend was the end of the season, this is what the college football playoff would look like today. Now, obviously, we have plenty to shake out. Teams that are in this graphic, if you are not watching on our YouTube page or our Facebook or Twitch, please go subscribe, check out the video. We will also break this down in a segment form on the feed as well during the week, so you can check that out. But this is the framework of what we're using. So again,
brace your barf bags, by the way, folks.
This will change, but your first round buys would be number 1 Texas, who would be the SEC champion. Number 2 Oregon, who would be your Big Ten champion. Number 3 Miami, who would be your ACC champion. And then number 4 Iowa State would be your Big 12 champion. So remember, this is different than what the rankings look like, because Texas 1, Oregon 2, Miami 6, Iowa State 9. So already right there, you have the differentiation between ranking and playoff position. But then you move to the opening round games. You would have number 12 Boise State, who would be your Mountain West champion. They would go to number 5 Penn State, who would be an at-large. Number 11 Tennessee, who's an at-large, would travel to number 6 Ohio State. Again, these are all at-larges at this point. Tennessee at Ohio State. Number 10 LSU would travel to number 7 Georgia, and number 9 Clemson would travel to number 8 Alabama. So that is the structure we're looking at. Alabama. As we go. So to EJ, to your point, now again, these teams are going to shake themselves out a bit.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of these teams still need to play each other. So, but right now, as it were, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SEC teams in this playoff field. I don't think it will be that many. I think teams like Tennessee will probably find themselves out.
Penn State, who going overtime with an unranked team. I'm not going to make a triple overtime and pit joke. Don't say it, Jim. But them not getting penalized.
Throw that in there anyway.
They're going to lose another game eventually, for example.
Right, but speaking specifically to the SEC, because that was EJ's point. I think that LSU and possibly even Alabama could find themselves.
Well, and the reason why I make the point about Penn State is the comment I made that more than one Big 12 team might still sneak in.
Sure, and yeah, I think Penn State and Ohio State play next weekend, so I could very easily now at this point Penn State would only shake down probably a little bit.
Yeah, Jim, with a quality loss, they would still be highly ranked. That's correct.
Yeah, but then there will be other teams behind them who will likely continue to rise as well. So again, this is gonna change as we go through. So instead of doing it the way we did it last week, because I'm kind of with the new playoff format where I'm kind of learning in real time how to kind of attack these weekly segments. But let's play out this. Let's play out this field. And we'll do this each week and see who we think that, based on the field, as it were, would be your national champion. So let's start with the number 12 at number 5. So Boise State goes to Penn State. We'll go Mike, EJ, Kyle, and myself. We'll see how this all shakes out. What you guys think? So Mikey B, Boise State at Penn State. Who wins?
Ashton Genty runs for 285 and 4 scores. Give me the Broncos in an upset.
All right, EJ.
That's what I want to happen, but I think Penn State will win that game, actually.
All right, Kyle.
Well, you're wrong again, EJ Christian. With his Heisman Trophy firmly placed in his pocket after the Travis Hunter injury, he will, in fact,
your wrongness and be wrong and get used to it.
and he will, in fact, prove once again that James Franklin has no business doing what he's doing, and that Penn State should be relegated to the ACC.
This guy sucks.
Yeah, give me Boise. I mean, you're not going to get scared. You're not going to get scared in a cold environment when you're used to playing in Boise. Okay,
in the mountains.
So this is literally just another game for Boise State, and it's another big game for James Franklin to fail at. So then let's go to number 11 Tennessee at number 6 Ohio State.
Mike,
Ohio State.
EJ,
yeah, Ohio State, unfortunately.
Kyle.
I don't believe in Josh Heupel in this particular space, although he's disproved me a lot this year, especially after this debacle with battling Florida. Yeah, I too have Ohio State.
Yeah, we know how I feel about the painted hair bitch, but he gets a win at home.
Take
in
it
round
easy.
one.
So mean,
And
Jim.
Take it easy,
Buckeyes,
Homer.
the Buckeyes advance.
Who's got it better than you? Okay, listen.
Nobody.
All right, next one, number 10 LSU.
Family.
At number 7 Georgia. Mikey B.
Go Dogs.
Jim,
EJ.
can you just say your pick since we already know all what it is?
EJ.
Yeah, go Bulldogs.
Kyle.
Make it unanimous.
Yeah, it's absolutely Georgia. And then we move to Clemson at Alabama. Everybody in unison. 1, 2, 3.
Clemson.
Alabama.
Get out of here, Mike.
Alabama.
Actually, should we have said F Dabo? My bad.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
that probably would have been the better answer.
Are you really are you really picking Clemson, Mike?
No.
No, I knew that this was going, so I just had to say something stupid.
Very good. Very good.
Where's Vanderbilt? No, I'm just kidding.
Alabama.
Cowards.
All right. So, EJ, you were the only one that picked Penn State. So we'll start with you.
Way to fuck up the rotation.
Penn State versus Iowa State in the Fiesta Bowl, EJ.
Yuck. God damn it. Iowa State. Fuck it.
All right, Mike. Boise State against Iowa State.
You think I'm not picking against? You think I'm picking against my Heisman Trophy winner, Ashton Genty? Maybe he runs for 4 more. Get him to the semis.
Oh,
Let's
Mike,
go.
are we going feelings or we think that's going to win 2 games in this scenario?
Okay, I don't think James Franklin can win a big game
Nothing more than
at all. So
Right.
trash. And if you think that Iowa State is a good football team, I have oceanfront property in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'd like to sell you.
Fair enough.
Now, come on, man. They had that huge 1-point win over Iowa.
And I also watched Ashton
You
Genty
bringing that
run.
up, Jim?
I also watched Ashton Genty run very well against the number 2 team in the tournament. I haven't seen Iowa State have a good game against anybody in the top 5.
There you go.
Fair
Student
point.
of the game, Kyle Nash. Boise State, Iowa State.
As you've wrongly accused me of being too hard on Notre Dame, the proof of that is how hard I am on Iowa, and the committee's treatment of Iowa is the only reason why Iowa State is ranked this high. That being said, that has nothing to do with their 4th seeding. What does? When they eventually battle BYU, because you spell
BU. Yep.
so when they eventually battle they're going to lose to them. And I don't know if they play K-State later or not, but I don't know if they play either of these teams on their schedule. But if they get far enough,
They closed the season against Kansas State.
okay, that's an L. And by the way, I am a Matt Campbell fan. What he has done to build a program in Ames, Iowa. Listen, what Matt Campbell's doing, he aims high. Anyways, so haters. So the
That
of an effort.
The correct answer is to whoever wins this game is BYU. However, for the purposes of our conversation, I think with Iowa State's pass defense, they actually hold things down and are able to stuff the box to keep Genty under 200 yards. So they're able to sneak in later in the game by a field goal to beat out Boise State. And Mike goes, well, at least it wasn't Coastal.
I will also go in a close game. I will go Iowa State. But that game really kind of could be a toss up.
He
Again,
just called
because-
us eliminating the 12th seed, Chalk. That's adorable.
Chalk.
again, like I don't think this will be the matchup, but again, for the sake of what we're presented with this week, I think this game would be a lot closer than a lot of people would expect. All right, let's stay in this other side of the graph, or in this side of the graphic, and let's go Alabama against Texas. Alabama against Texas in the Sugar Bowl. Mike, this one should be easy for all of us, I think.
Hook 'em.
All right, EJ,
Texas.
Kyle.
Talk about Alabama losing makes all you guys horny.
I see what you did there. Yeah,
That
Texas.
was good.
Pretty easy. All right, so then let's get to the national championship on this side of the bracket. So we have Texas. Mike, you would be Texas against Boise State.
Hook 'em.
Okay. Now we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
here.
the Cinderella run proves that
Chalk.
the group of five. Well, hold on. The group of five who automatically gets the 12 seed somehow gets to the Final Four. There's going to be a conversation of, do we really need to keep giving the Big 12 and the ACC first round buys? But I digress. I think it's a good matchup. I think it'd be a fun game. But inevitably, I don't think it's like Georgia Hawaii bad. But I do think Texas ends up winning by like 10 or something.
You don't think
And-
it's Alabama Notre Dame bad?
No.
Man, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. There really is no need for that.
No, you're playing the wrong one, Jim. Give me what I earned.
There it is. For the first time in what feels like 5.5 weeks, we got to fuck you, Kyle, on the
It's
show.
only 2. Take it easy.
No need for that. EJ, Texas, and you at Iowa State in here, right?
Oh my God! I mean, come on, Tech. What are we doing here?
And nobody's not picking Texas here. Can we skip this part?
Yeah,
Correct.
seriously.
Yeah, all right,
Like,
cool.
what are we doing here?
So then let's go to the Rose Bowl, Oregon versus Georgia. Mike.
Skoducks.
Homer.
EJ.
You know it's coming. Bulldogs.
All right, Kyle.
I mean, you could at least done it like Pat McAfee and done something like "Go Dogs," quack quack, motherfucker. But no,
I
you
just-
just had opportunity
I
too.
honestly just want to know why Ernest thinks that Georgia rolls against Oregon.
Maybe it's a field goal. I don't know. I'm not saying who wins the game.
It's because Oregon
mean-
in these games this late traditionally folds against beef, and the SEC has it, and Oregon doesn't. I don't care if they're in the Big Ten now.
Or
Oh.
Ernest knows that the criminals are going to the SEC and he's already bleeding his alliance to the Southeastern Conference.
Damn.
More on that later.
First
me
of
right
all,
on that.
no, it's not. But second, that was funny.
Well played. Well played. Well played. Kyle, Georgia and Oregon.
Oh, dogs.
I'm going Oregon as well.
Homer.
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 Homering me for? I picked the
Marge.
Buckeyes to win the Big Ten.
You've been
Yeah,
sucking
here's
it.
the thing,
You
though.
and Mike both been sucking it dick of Oregon all year long. What are you talking about? Stop.
Buddy, no, hold on. You have no room to talk Patrick Lavon Mahomes a second.
yeah,
Shut up.
seriously.
He got rings.
Shut up.
He got rings. I'm good.
Championship pedigree, my ass.
Motherfucker got 3 rings. I'm good.
Still not
Yeah.
even.
I picked
Yeah, okay.
Ohio State to win the Big Ten.
Sure.
Just because I correctly picked Oregon to beat the Suckeyes this past
Hey, look,
weekend.
brother, I am happy as fuck that Oregon won.
Great. So,
Actually-
but I don't understand why you're calling me a homer
Oh, I
here.
can explain that.
No,
Jim.
because you've been on the Oregon train. This is the college version of the Detroit Lions for you now.
No, actually,
No, not at all.
Bad take.
Again, I picked.
He's this year.
I picked
Do
Ohio State
Trump. Do
to
Trump.
win the Big Ten.
Dude, you picked Ohio State.
Well, yeah, I figured if I talked like your favorite candidate, you may understand me a little bit better.
got him. No, Jim. The correct answer is you're being loyal to your future conference when Notre Dame's absorbed by the Big Ten.
Ah, there it is.
Got him.
Joe Buck, you're
No, I just look at the
6
fact
degrees, motherfucker.
that when I look at Georgia's schedule, their best win is against Clemson,
Oh, this year
who
so far
isn't good, right? So right now, I think Oregon is the better team. Like Georgia almost lost to Kentucky. They got beat by Alabama. they struggled against Mississippi State this past weekend. Like right now, this team has. I am more confident that they're going to have an arrest this weekend than they're going to have a great football game.
Wow.
Like this Georgia team is not the same thing we've come to know Georgia as the past couple of years.
The problem with haters.
Thank you. Yeah,
Facts don't care about your feelings, EJ.
Yeah, well, then why are you?
I think I'm with Jim on that one.
Of course you will, Homer.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
ahead.
What has Georgia done to prove that this team is superior to Oregon?
You're looking at the resume of the schedule that we can't control. And I get, listen, it's a good question. I get they struggle with Kentucky and all that. They barely beat Alabama, who eventually lost to the Commodores.
They lost to Alabama.
I said Alabama. Well, I didn't. I said the
no, you said they barely beat.
Excuse me. Lost to. Okay. Fine. The punchline is, Bern, as you asked the question, historically, if we're going to do this, Oregon loses to teams that have better fronts, and Georgia is that.
We sat here for the
resume. I'm giving you tactics. It's better than the
we sat here for the first 3 weeks of the season and said that this Oregon team was overrated. They barely squeaked by Idaho. They barely beat Boise State. They struggled in the first half against Oregon State. And then for some reason, they figured it out. You want to know what it was? The transfer quarterback finally got enough reps to figure out how to run the offense in Oregon.
Or is Ohio State overrated? Do we have that answer?
Ooh. It's possible.
Sure. I'm not trying to be a dick, Bern. I'm just telling you where I'm coming from.
But I also remember the first half of the Georgia game where they got absolutely fucking boat raced by Alabama.
And they still came back. What about it?
I mean, when you
play
when you play prevent defense and you can chunk it off for 20
but what's clear
to it. There he goes.
What's clear is there's really only one great team this year, and that's the Horns. That's it.
Okay,
that is correct.
This conversation, but cool. And yeah, I like vanilla and chocolate ice cream too, and I happen to breathe oxygen there. Good argument, EJ.
Yeah, you're welcome, motherfucker.
All right, Peach Bowl. I think we all had the Buckeyes going against number 3 Miami. Mikey B.
The U is back, baby. Hey, I'm just gonna say it. You guys said Ohio State may not be as good as they are. I'm gonna agree with them. I think Cam Ward's better than anybody that Ohio State's gonna throw out there. So give me the U, baby.
All right, EJ.
This is actually hard. Damn.
I want you to take Ohio State so you can just sit here and make my argument for me.
No, because I hate both teams.
Come on, make my argument for me.
Because the thing is, though, you have a point there. I think this is a scenario where Miami could win this game, actually.
You mean I have a point? Is that it?
Whoever said Miami. I got Miami. I'll take Miami.
Wow.
I want to say that, but throw up my fucking mouth.
Quarterback play makes the difference. I, too, have the U.
I do not think that Miami is the 6th best team in the country. I don't know what Ohio State is, but I know I have watched Miami struggle to put away Virginia Tech and Cal. I hate it, but give me the Buckeyes.
This has a Ryan Day fuck up all over it.
That's what we're trying to tell Jim, and he won't.
I mean, you're also talking about a Miami team that didn't know how to take a knee last year. If we're going to talk historically,
but that's the past.
Okay.
No. You're not allowed to use that.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
All right. So then let's go to the semifinal matchup on this side. Mikey B has Oregon versus the U.
Uh-oh. God, what a garbage football game.
Go Ducks. Quack, quack, motherfucker. You think I'm picking
Homer.
All right. EJ, you have Georgia versus Miami.
Oh, easily Georgia.
All right. Kyle, you have Georgia versus Miami.
The work to save America from the biggest fraud in the country and Dylan Gabriel has been done. And I maintain that the trenches matter. Cam Ward's running for his life. Give me the Dogs.
All right. And then I have Oregon versus Ohio State. I picked it last weekend. I will pick it in the college football playoff semifinal. Give me the Ducks to win again.
Homer.
No, you two are homers picking the SEC. Stop.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a Cowboys fan. You're used to cheering for frauds there. Why would you stop here?
Cool.
That's the two SEC homers are going to have an SEC national title game. That's
Exactly.
And the
all right.
Texans
And
better
rightly so, probably. I don't
and
want
wrong
that.
and wrongly so.
And
wrongly so.
so you can't handle the truth.
I
Mikey
hate that
B,
season. Worst part.
Mikey B, we got to Oregon versus Texas in the national title game.
Oh boy.
I think this is the best national title game in quite some time.
Oh, shit.
I think this game goes back and forth. I'll go out on a limb and say I think this game is an overtime game because I don't think that they're leaps and bounds better. I don't think that the SEC is this far superior conference because they have 35 teams in there.
Wow.
Hey, I'm sorry. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I know.
Cool.
I know.
There's
But,
going to be
but they care about yours there, Coastal. Moving on.
no. And what does Coastal have to do with the 12-team playoff that they didn't qualify for?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I was asking the UCF guy who covers them, and they only have one team from their conference represented. But I digress.
And that can change here very shortly, smartass.
Sure, it absolutely could. And there could also only be 3 SEC teams, and Georgia and Alabama could be sitting at home for the playoffs. But hey,
I would hope so.
good thing about this week. I'm going to take Texas to win the national title game. I think this game is a 3-point game. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think this is a blowout. Texas gets the victory, though, at the end.
All right, EJ, you have Georgia versus Texas.
Based on what we've seen in the first 6 weeks of the year, it's Texas easy.
All right, Kyle, same thing, Georgia and Texas.
This is your actual 3-point game, as this game saves us from a matchup that is a redoing of Alabama and Notre Dame.
Jesus.
Kyle, you got a lot of hate in your heart for Notre Dame. Let it out.
God.
Hold on. Do we
No,
need to
no.
do an entire segment of just hate? Let him get it
No,
out.
no, hold on.
Yeah,
sir.
eventually I'll be allowed back on one of these other guys' shows, and I'll get to actually plead my case about not that Notre Dame is that great, but the resumes above them aren't that much fucking better.
Wait,
But
whose
anyway,
show? Wait, whose show you talking about? Kyle's show?
Yeah, your 2 circle jerk show each fucking week.
You come on my show next
Well,
week,
if
buddy.
I would
Talking
bring the Cowboys on if they were relevant.
Jim,
Jesus, I
Jim,
don't
fuck you. You can come on my show
everybody.
next week. What are you talking about?
Shut up, Gilmore Girls. He's talking to me.
He's talking to me too.
Fucking Christ. you
Dickhead.
Goofball. Dickhead. Ooh, that's creative.
I know. Jim, you come on my show next week. We're talking about. Relax.
Yes, I am aware. But that's also not going to be talking much football. But anyway.
Or any
I
football.
mean, if it's EJ's show, he doesn't really talk football as much as you throw.
Well, I do with you, Kyle. You fucking
Yeah, this
meathead.
is me correcting
You
you.
fucking
It's
meathead.
ironic that I'm the student because I teach your ass on the regular on the Earnestly Speaking podcast and carry your show. Yes, even when your internet goes out.
Well, yours went out today too, bitch.
No, the StreamYard app went out.
Even worse.
I know.
So in the unnecessary shots at Notre Dame, did you pick Texas or Georgia?
We all picked Texas to win. I don't know why we're having this conversation.
There we
In
go.
the heart of Texas. Sorry, go ahead.
And yes, to Oregon versus Texas. This is where I will disagree with Mike. I think that I do think that Texas is far and away the best team in the country. I think this will be somewhere in probably the 10 to 14 range. It'll be close for the first half, but Texas is gonna just do their thing.
This is so mean. You have hate in your heart, Kyle. You also have Jesus. doing here?
Let's
Kyle's
see, Jeff
great.
here says Ohio State, Texas in the finals, Texas wins. So the bottom line is, at least as we sit here with the graphic this week and the information provided, Texas is your national champion.
Oh wait, Quinn Hughes is hurt. Never mind. It doesn't matter.